Chair. Mr. Smythe, I've got some questions for you about foreign interference. Thank you for appearing today. Mr. Smythe, is it fair to say that foreign interference is a tool of statecraft that foreign countries use against other nations?
I think that would be a fair assessment, Senator. If I may just go to it's foreign interference. The term that we use is defined under the ASIO Act of 1979, and it says activities relating to Australia that are carried out by or on behalf of, are directed or subsidised by or are undertaken in active collaboration with a foreign power, being activities that are clandestine and deceptive and are carried out for intelligence purposes, for the purposes of affecting political or government processes, or are otherwise detrimental to the interests of Australia or involve a threat to any person.
Thank you for reading that out into Hansard. That's very, very useful. Is one of the effects of foreign interference, one of the reasons they use it is to seek to divide the target society and erode the fabric of that society? Would that be a fair statement?
That would be one of the potential aims of foreign interference. A number of states seek to change Australia's position through seeking to influence people that have positions of power. They may do so to undermine Australia's interests domestically and internationally, to diminish our notion of rule of law. So it has corrosive and divisive impacts on society, yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I used to sit on the Foreign Interference Through Social Media Senate Select Committee. We heard a lot of evidence through that committee of how foreign powers were seeking to divide Australia, and there were numerous examples of that. Do you think the division that we're seeing at the moment that was initiated from the war in Gaza, are you seeing any elements of foreign interference through that here in Australia?
I think that is... the Director-General of Security has talked about foreign interference being our greatest security threat at the moment.
I will have some questions for him too. So.
I'm sure you will. I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of, I suppose, activities that would go to foreign interference in relation to the Israel-Gaza hostilities. What we are certainly seeing is a lot of probably more misinformation potentially, blame, violent extremist material online. That is very concerning, but I'm not necessarily, and I can't go into detailed national security and intelligence kind of activities and the like, but not seeing at any kind of particular detrimental scale foreign state actors looking to manipulate that information from a foreign interference point of view. There are certainly foreign influence activities which are legal, and all nation states engage in those activities because they are in the open, but I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of foreign interference activities.
There is a lot of online propaganda that's seemingly fueling a lot of division in Australia right now that I find quite troubling. I was very, very troubled over the weekend to see the graffiti on Mount Scopus, a Jewish school in my state of Victoria, my home state of Victoria. It's one of the things that the Foreign Interference Through Social Media Committee heard was that they were looking not so much for the smoking gun of foreign interference, as in there's a foreign actor doing this, but the effects of it. And we're seeing writ large right now the effects that are very much dividing Australia, and that troubles me greatly. Is there more that we could or should be doing to look into where this interference is occurring and the division that it's causing?
Senator, I would characterise it more as a social cohesion issue,
Yes.
Versus a foreign interference issue.
But if it's being driven, if that cohesion is being broken down by foreign actors, shouldn't that be of concern to us?
There are obviously positions that nation states and people take in relation to this information, but I'm not seeing large volumes of disinformation, influence campaigns by nation states seeking to undermine the Australian community. But from a social cohesion point of view, the issues that go to domestic security, people's right to protest, people's right to have free speech, to put particular views out there, that is being certainly tested at a large scale, and at times where we've seen particular protest activity or instances of that kind of graffiti that relate to anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, etc. It is certainly open to the police forces in each jurisdiction to take appropriate action as necessary.
Thank you, Mr Smyth, and please keep up the good work. Keep your eye on that foreign interference. It is terribly corrosive. Thank you, Chair.